Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. Where I do what I do for you. I got a nice lesson for you today. We in the book, taking it chapter by chapter. We're in the first lesson right now. We're still doing what we do. Tree of life. Okay, I got 42 confessions in my staring me in the face, so that'll be my next lesson. For some reason, it's been staring me, so I got to get to that one. But just to take us into that lesson. So let's do what we do. Rightism, 24 hours to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in receiving them. A good thing going. I hope it's working out for you. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individuals, to a more higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Get to know yourself a little bit better. Right thing is way of life, and it is if you practice it through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is for you to do just that. Get the information, obtain the knowledge, put it to use, and know thyself for yourself. That's my mission. That's what I'm on. Let's go. Know thyself is the question. It's rhetorical, but you should have an answer. If you know, if you don't, stick with me. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Get you to know you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person, who knows not, and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinking, know thyself. And to my eye, be true. We end the book, and the question is, right thinkers, what's the purpose of right thinking philosophy? Why I gotta listen to your good question, but I'm gonna be so nasty. Let me answer the question though. I got a perfect answer. My only goal and my whole purpose is to what? Get you to know thyself. That's the purpose of right thinking philosophy and the purpose of the Anuian theurgy and the Anuian tree of life exhibits that. So I'm gonna use that to make my point from this point on. The concept is what's the purpose of the Anuian theurgy and of the Anuian tree of life? Know thyself. That's what it says here, big bold letters at the top. Okay, that's where we are. That's the purpose for what we do as right thinkers. We need to know who we are and some things that you can learn and manifest for yourself to make that possible. That's all I got. Let's go. Now it says, Rick, I am. Ab, I. The I is the ab, which means the heart, the little vessel. You see, like the little vessel that represents the I. And it says, no I and heart mind. They don't really jog right, but let's break it down where it makes sense. I know what is in my heart, or I know thyself. That means I know my heart. I'm conscious of everything I think, do. All my actions are, I'm responsible for all my actions. All that doing something, well, I didn't know. Still your problem. So if you know your heart, if you know yourself, your life would be a lot different. Let's talk about the AB, the IAB, or the heart, is what? The real mind of the person. The ego thoughts, aspects of the personality. It is what? The essence which contains the desires, your feelings, and your unconscious thoughts, which emanate from what? The soul, aka your Ba of the person. Ba is your spirit. Thus, to know one's heart is what? The great injunction of spirituality. Knowing your heart is a lot better than knowing your mind. If you're intellectually inclined, that's good. But if you don't know your heart, your mind don't mean nothing. For watch this. For to know your heart is indeed what? Synonymous with knowing the inner self, aka God. That's where he dwells. Another lesson, but that's the concept. And if you get that concept and understand it, it makes sense. You ain't got to subscribe to it or follow it, but you can't argue it. So I don't do the debate and think, wow, I'm not here to that. I'm here to teach. So what I'm teaching is you can either learn it or not. Debate about it ain't happening. It's not an option. Let's go back to right there, like the 42 injunctions of my girl, Maya. The teachings contain what? In her writings of the Per M. Haru, the book of coming of the dead, or book of coming forth by day, are what? Are given from the first person singular perspective, but are indeed meant as universal injunctions and therefore may be read. Do not lie. Mhm. That's what the commandments will tell you. Thou shalt not lie. That's somebody telling you what you should do. I don't subscribe to that. That's why I'm telling you. That's that. But watch this. Instead of I have not lied, and likewise know thyself, instead of I know myself. Again, you speaking from first person perspective. You're not giving the commandments. You're letting them know I'm following them. My I gave them. All you got to do is follow them. In the next chapter, or 26 of the Per in Haru, the initiate, you, Ani, he says what? He has gained control of his body, and his soul will not be imprisoned. You got a choice in this body. It can be your prison or it can be your temple. Your call. If you abuse it, prison. You respect it, treat it right, temple. And this clearly means what? That you have gained knowledge of your true, deeper, powerful self. He no longer knows himself as Ani. I'm no longer Mark, but as a higher self, that gives me the power over what? My ego, personality, and all right thinkers. This is your goal. You have to conquer your ego. The first step to spiritual enlightenment, ascension, and being better is conquering the ego. Trust me. Now, in the physical world, as you need to conquer your ego personality in the physical world, but as well as in the netherworld. There are other passages in chapter 17 or chapter 64 and elsewhere in the Per Haru, as well as what temple inscriptions, which the same teachings know thyself, and later was popularized. Here we go by who? Your boys, the Greeks, the temple of Apollo and Delphi. Over top the door it says, "Man, know thyself." We've been telling you that for the last 10,000 years. So, okay. Now you hear me use the word Shidi, Shita Netta. Let's talk about Shita, Sheta. It means mystery or hidden, something that you have to study because it's esoteric meaning over exoteric. We're going to give you the hidden meaning of everything I give you. The esoteric, you probably already got that. The general population got all the esoteric. Very few get the esoteric, which is the hidden. That's what Shita means. Watch this. In our study, the first and most important teaching, what to be understood by a spiritual right thinker, aspirant, who wants to practice the teaching. I'm not forcing you. I'm not, no. If you want this, you tune in. I'm here for you. If you want to practice the teachings of right thinking philosophy, aka ancient Egyptian religion, surrounds the ancient Egyptian word sheti, Sheti, or Shedy. Again, the T and the D is synonymous in Egyptian and China, but it's spelled sheti or shidi. Shidi with the D, spiritual discipline. You hear me use that all the time. That's where I got it from. I practice spiritual discipline, which is what? Let me tell you, comes from the root shita. The ancient Egyptian word shita means something which is hidden, secret, unknown, hard to understand, or cannot be seen. Okay, a secret, a mystery. This is why they said The Egyptians had a mystery system that we kept to ourselves. When you wasn't invited, if you was an outsider, even if you was an Egyptian, if you didn't choose to come in and be part of what we're doing, and you didn't know what we was doing. Masons, they know who we are, but we know each other. Why? We got grips, we got tokens, we got ways to know each other. Simple. The Egyptians had that in the society a long time ago. I ain't going into that, but yeah, learning hidden messages, occult concepts. Why? We all understand it and we all practice it. That's a cult. Don't mean it's good or bad. It's just we follow the same concept. At church, that's an occult. So I ain't going there, but that's the concept. Let's talk about cheating. Now, cheating. You have rituals. You have what they call words of power. When you're praying, you say words of power. They call Ku, which is Khu, or Heka. Hekau. And they're also called mantras. Everybody has a mantra. Mine's know thyself. That's my mantra. I'm telling you. That's what I built my philosophy around, knowing thyself. Why? That's more important than anything else. Self-knowledge is the best knowledge. I'm giving you self-knowledge, aka spiritual knowledge, God knowledge. Religious texts, here you go. You got religious texts and pictures are Shita Netta or divine mysteries. Shiti, which is the TI, spiritual discipline is what? It means to go deeply into the mysteries. Study, and study some more. Perfect it. Why? You can use it better that way. When you get deep into the mysteries, you study the mystery teachings and read the literature profoundly. I've been through these books. Every book I got through at least 2 or 3 times. This is my 4th time with this book. So you learn something every time. Something different come up, a different concept present itself. So it's always good to be studying and stay proficient on what you're doing. I live this, so I don't forget it. I don't know. I live this. Now, to penetrate the mysteries and the understanding of the lessons of right thinking philosophy, I mean, you got to put your time in to study. Thus, Shiti, right thinking philosophy, is what? The spiritual discipline or a program to what? Promote spiritual evolution, aka enlightenment, raising your conscious level to the highest it can be. Your chakras, 7 of them. Now watch this. And which was used in ancient Egypt. Everybody practiced Maya. Now we can begin to what? Expand on the teachings of right thinking spiritual program. Thus, all fall under these all fall under a broad term, Semi-Tawi, aka Egyptian yoga, Egyptian mystery system, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the hieroglyphic text related to the terms that what explain the mysteries and provide insight into the vast philosophy of Kemetic ancient Egyptian spirituality. Its lessons to learn the essential aspects of the teachings of the ancient Egyptian religion outlined in the Kemetic mystery system and hieroglyphics are explained below. Here we go. Start to get into the lesson side now. The first term is Shita, meaning a mystery. And Shita means something hidden. This leads you to Shita or Shita, Shetau, something hidden and difficult to understand again. A mystery, something hard to get through. This term relates especially to the what? Mystery system of the secret nature, implying that it is difficult to understand and assimilate the mystery teachings. And for this reason, you need a guide, and a guide is needed. See, you don't do this by yourself. You learn it enough. You have somebody instruct you. That's what I'm doing for you. Okay. I had mine. I use mine the way I'm trying to get you to use me to your benefit. Get all the information you could. Do your due diligence and manifest for yourself, and you will be fine. Trust me. In other words, God, the divine essential nature. The divine is also what? Shita, Shetaiu, which means hidden of forms, as well as Shita Kepri. You know who he is? The scarab head god, the morning sun. That's the hidden creator of forms that will what? Come into existence. Therefore, the divine is also Shita Akhet, the hidden essence behind what? The properties which sustain matter, the divine self is not only hidden in the present and the future forms, but also Shita Baneta, the divinity of the hidden souls, meaning that divine manifests as what? As souls where? In human beings. Just as the land of Kemet, Egypt, Shita, Ta is the land. Hidden when what? When covered by the Nile flood, and then reemerges what? Resurrected with vibrant new life, aka nature. So too, Shiti, or the person hidden, covered in the coffin, the mummy, you resurrect into what? A new life. They knew that in this life, death takes you into the afterlife. That's where it comes from. That's the concept. Well, how you know what happened to death? We don't. We just have concepts like everything else, theologically, okay, theoretically. The aspect may wear what? She top hobash, or what they call a shroud. They buried Jesus. They covered him with a garment. They said his impression on the garment, the shroud of Jesus. Yeah, so it's the garment. And it's the best such garment is what? She top haru, the shroud or covering garment of Haru, which is what? That is taken on the protection as well as the identity of the divine self, you. Haru is what? The divine king incarnated, and such he is the Shita Aset, also divine in the hidden abode, which is the throne. These mysteries are contained in the Shetit, Shettit, writings which relate to the hidden teachings, philosophical treatises, and those writings are referred to as, Medjugorje. It means divine speech, the writings of the gods, also the god Tahuti. Now, right there, we know that hieroglyphics from the Egypts came from the god Tahuti. Y'all think the Christians believe that the Bible is words of God come from who? Moses? I'm just saying, we know better. But this way it comes from the hieroglyphics, Medjugorje was the writers of God. The term Medjugorje means what? Use of a special weapon as a use a special hieroglyph. It's like a pen, which means metal, or a staff, a walking stick. They said the phase of life, what comes out on 4 goes to 2, end up on 3. Cycle of life. Man, when you get old, you're going to need a walking stick because you're going to age Muslim over. So this is why they already had that in plan. Again, all conscious. Watch this mean. It means walking stick or speech. This means, this means that speech is what? The support for the divine. Speaking. Thus, the hieroglyphic writing is a prop which sustains the divine in time and space. That is, the divine writings contain what's the wisdom which what enlightens us about who? The divine Shita Netta. The purpose of right thinking or Shita Netta is what? To attain, here we go, Nihas, aka spiritual awakening, emancipation, resurrection, the body or Shita, which is the mummy, is where the human being what focuses attention to practice his spiritual discipline while here on earth. When spiritual discipline is perfected, when you master right thinking philosophy, the true self or the Shiti, S-T-S-H-T-I, he who is what hidden in the coffin is revealed. Your inner self, the real you, becomes true to you. That's the lesson right now. Shita Netta, I'm going to wrap it up with Shita Netta, it means secrets about the divine self. This one trying to get you to understand who you are by teaching you how to know the divine self. These are the life lessons I give you daily. Let me wrap this up. Last paragraph. Shita Netta means the way or wisdom of the hidden divinity, which is hidden, which is behind all creation. Religion has 3 levels of practice. If done right, it will get you where you need to go. The first is the myth, which includes the traditions, the stories, everything related to it. The next stage of the realization, the ritualization of the myth is what? The final stage, the second stage is the rituals, going to church, fellowshipping. And the final stage is what? The metaphysical philosophy behind the teachings given in the myth. Remember, your Bible, greatest story ever told. Yeah, but it ain't saying it's the good story. Okay, it's saying the fact story. It just said the greatest story. So We all have stories. Myths are good stories. Bible's a good myth, a biblical book. Or watch this. In our book series, in the Shita Netta religion, I got that book. In ancient Egyptian, the book of African religion, got that. Assyrian theology, got that. Presents the complete myth of who? Asar. Asar, which the Greeks call him Osiris. Aset, they call her Isis, and Haru, they call him Horus. These are names that you're familiar with. The real names is what I gave you the first one. And watch this. This represents the first level of what? True religious practice. The book of coming forth by day represents what? Stage two. Why? Because it shows the ritualization of the myth of Osiris, Asar and Haru. That's the Trinity, original. And through the practice of what? The rituals contained in the book, watch this, it is possible to feel, think, act, and ultimately express the same fate as did who? Haru, spirit in you. Spiritual enlightenment, knowing thyself. Stage three. Thus, a spiritual aspirant, right thinker, is what? To understand that he or she has been incarnated here on earth and has been dismembered by what? Your egoistic thoughts and actions. When you acting out of ego, you're not know what you're doing. I didn't, so understand that. But however, by gaining and understanding, gaining knowledge of the hidden mysteries, it is possible to what? Reach a state of reintegration, Beetle aka resurrection, just as Haru did. I'm trying to get you to find out Haru in you. Knowing thyself is what you do. I'll be back. I got more.